Okay, so I'm back. I didn't make a video yesterday. It's a little busy, but hopefully everyone had a good week. Um, so the video that I want to make today is something that I have touched on a little bit in the past. And I know this might be like sort of just common sense to some people, but maybe some people it's not. Because I know sometimes people get into fragrances maybe for the wrong reason. And what I mean by that is sometimes people have like low self-opinion of themselves, and they kind of fall victim to like believing that fragrances is a way to like easily improve your social standing or how people view you. And as soon as you spray a fragrance on, you're immediately going to be getting flocked by women or men or whoever, and that's just not the case. I mean, I think a lot of people like already realize that. But like I said, there's some people that are kind of just new to this thing, and they're just trying to like improve themselves, and they could be maybe taken advantage of, by people just trying to sell products and stuff online. And I think that's like a pretty shitty thing. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is the title of the video is why your fragrances aren't getting you compliments, and I think it's just safe to say that there's several reasons why. And this isn't like a video on talking about how like you can improve the projection and like longevity of your fragrances. Like I know that's important, but I don't think that that's really what you should be focusing on when you're into fragrances. Like if it doesn't last that long, just spray more, like, and that's just a simple answer. And the projection and stuff, like do you really need somebody from across the store to smell you? I mean, like, do you really need that? Fragrances are, to me, they're like something that you want to be like wearing when you're like kind of like in an intimate moment, or when you just pass somebody. Like you don't need to be heard. You don't need to fill a room. Like I know it's nice to have like a fragrance that's projecting like that, but you don't. It's not like necessary. But yeah, one of the reasons why your fragrance is not projecting, or you're not getting compliments, I mean, it's not because you didn't put any like what is it called, like unscented lotion, or like Vicks, or not Vicks, petroleum jelly on your skin, and sprayed your fragrance over top of it, and like that's supposed to make it better. I don't even know if that's even true, but the reason why you're not getting compliments on your fragrance is because you're not fully there yet. Like your image is not where it should be. And I know that might sound like kind of harsh, and I know that everything, like, circumstances are different, and there might be a time when you're out and somebody just randomly compliments you, because people are different. Everybody's going to react the same, like, or the different than someone else. But most people are not so quick to just give out compliments to strangers, and I think everybody already knows that. Like that, everybody knows that. That's why a compliment from a stranger feels so good. But if you're just trying to get compliments, you're looking at it the wrong way. Like that's not really gonna happen. You know, I've been wearing fragrances for like maybe 6 years, 7 years, or something like that. Maybe longer. But I don't think I can really. I could probably count the amount of like compliments that I've had specifically on my fragrances, like in public and stuff in real life. I don't ever really get complimented on my fragrances. It's more my hair, or like my outfits, or my coat or something. It's never my fragrances, because I think complimenting your fragrance, you have to like be close enough for them to even smell you, and then they would probably feel weird giving you a compliment because they can smell you because they're so close to you. It kind of feels like weird to say that, like, man, I'm so close to this guy, I can freaking smell his cologne. Like, this, isn't that kind of weird? We don't even know each other. But if it's like super strong or something, it's kind of like, damn, you're over here gassing the whole place out with your fragrance. Like, oh, you smell good, but it's because we can. It's the only thing we can fucking smell. Like, it's kind of like not a great compliment. I think, I don't know, but I think if you're an attractive person and you have like your outfit in check, and you're groomed properly, and you just like the way you look, and you have like an aura of confidence around you, people can see that. And like, I don't want to say like you look like the main character or anything like that, but if you just physically and like you're visually standing out from people around you, and you're making the effort to just look good all the time. And when I say attractive, I don't mean like you have to be a supermodel, you know? Like everybody's, interpretation of like attractiveness and beauty is subjective, but like what I mean by attractive is I mean you're making the effort to appear presentable and you actually took pride in how you look, like you're attractive in the sense you're trying to attract others and you take pride in yourself and you respect yourself, That's what I mean by attractive. You don't have to be freaking Greek god to get a compliment, just be presentable. And also another thing, in order to get compliments, you have to be approachable. Like if you're walking around all the time, and this is a problem that I have too as well, is I don't really have like a super approachable like look on my face a lot of the time. Like, so if you're walking around in public and stuff, and you're like feeling great and you smell good, but you like also have like this just kind of like pissed off look on your face, and you're kind of serious all the time, like how I kind of look, and you have like a headphone in or something like that, that you're not gonna get compliments that way. Like someone's not gonna risk like saying something to you only to find out that you didn't even hear them with like a headphone in, or they're like, man, this guy looks pissed off. Like I'm not gonna compliment him at all, Like even though I want to, like I like him, I like the way he looks, but he does not look approachable. Like you have to be, you have to look good. Everything about your appearance looks good, but you also have to be approachable enough to even be spoken to, And I think that's like kind of why I limit the amount of compliments that I kind of get in life, because I'm kind of when I'm out in public and shit, I'm like always like kind of focused and like driven on like whatever I'm trying to do. But I'm like, like looking around and stuff, and like when somebody talks to me, like I'm like pleasant and like I'm nice and I know how to talk to people and shit, but I don't like really go out of my way to like make myself look like I'm accepting of, you know, conversation and compliments and shit. So that's like something I'm also like working on as well. But it's like a mixture of like all these things that you have to like throw into it to actually be able to receive fucking praise from people. And people will notice that, and people can kind of just pick up on that energy, and then that's what makes them want to compliment you, And then if they smell your fragrance, it's just like an easy thing to say. Like if you're not wearing anything like exceptional or something, they'll be like, "Oh, your hair looks nice today," or like, "Oh, your fragrance, I like the way you smell." But if you're wearing like some crazy like nice outfit or something, like if you want to see something crazy, put on a freaking tie. Like go out into public and wear a tie. This is for men obviously, but whenever I go out in public and I'm wearing a tie, people are like shocked, and they don't even like know what to like. They don't even know how to like, comprehend that a person these days is wearing a tie. Like I know a lot of people wear ties and stuff, but like a person like me, like when they see a guy like me wearing a tie and like a button-up shirt and shit, like they're just kind of confused. Like, what the fuck is this guy like? I don't know. It's like if you want compliments, you have to stand out. And a fragrance is an easier way to make you stand out pretty fast. But if, like I said, if you're not, if you don't have all of your other like parts of your life in check and your appearance in check, then a compliment with your fragrance is not going to happen. Or it might happen, and it's just like some nice older woman at the grocery store said, "Oh, you smell great. Reminds me of my husband's cologne," or some shit like that. But those aren't really the compliments that you're really looking for. Like if you're like a single guy or a single woman or something, you want a compliment that's like personal, like, "Wow, you just smell so good." Like what is that? Like I need to know because you just smell so good, or like wow, you just smell like, I don't know, you smell so like addictive or something. I don't know, but yeah, I think, and I also think there's like different like level, like I just said, there's like different types of compliments, and like some of them mean more than others. And like not that they're not important, all of them, but we much prefer like compliments from people that we would see ourselves being with, or are attracted to equally. And I know it like makes your day, if when you get a compliment, it just kind of like boosts your mood and stuff. But you need to like also like look like a compliment, like they're almost going out of their way to like they're sticking their neck out to compliment you because you're so like otherworldly. But then like if you get a compliment and you like light up like it's the best thing that ever happened to you, it's like you should make people think that like compliments just happen to you. You know what I mean? And like that might be considered like cocky or like arrogant, but like you have to be confident in this life to succeed. And people that aren't confident are always going to say that you're being arrogant. So what? Fuck it. That's how I see it. And I know there's like a bunch of like those tips and like hacks to make your fragrances like last, and people are gonna like, who's honestly like doing that? Who's doing that shit? You know, just spray more, or just spray all day. I guess just spray all day. But even if you're radiating like I have some pretty strong fragrances in my collection, and I've worn them like a lot, like lots of sprays of them, and like nothing ever happens. I never get any compliments with it, you know. But it always seems like when I'm like dressed the best, and like my hair is like looking good, and I just shaved, and like I just everything about my appearance is like all in sync. There's always like a compliment that's coming, you know. And it makes you feel good, you know, like, and you remember these compliments and shit, but you shouldn't make it like your whole point of like getting dressed up in the first place, you know. Just let people know that this is just you and this is your life and that's just how you roll, and you'll be amazed at how many compliments you get, you know. And it shouldn't affect you greatly if you do or don't get a compliment. You're like, fuck it, I just don't care. Like, I know I'm great, I love myself, and just keep moving on with your day. um but yeah, that's just my thoughts on compliments, you know. And like I said, I've had like compliments on fragrances, but not like something like, it's not something that I get complimented on every day, you know. Even though I wear fragrances like every day, I might get a compliment on my fragrance like once a month or something, like, honestly. And most of the time it's like always like older women, you know. It's not like somebody my age that I want to be with. It's always somebody who's like older. It also kind of makes me think like older people are more inclined to give compliments because they're from an era that was like not so like wrapped up in their phones and shit. And it seems like people nowadays are just so like they're so locked into social media, and like nothing, like they don't want to say anything to people around them because they think it's like weird or like awkward or something. And there's like this, we're developing like this weird like disconnect between humans and shit, and that's like a whole other freaking video basically. So we have that problem, but then you can't get anyone to get off their phones, but now you want them to give you a freaking compliment. It's just like, it's not gonna work, man. Like they don't even want to talk to you. Like, why would they compliment you? You know, unless you just like look like their dream partner or something, and then they're like, oh my god, like I need to say something to this guy. But yeah, this video is not like meant to like ruffle feathers or anything like that. I'm just being honest, and honesty is the best policy, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. Sorry I didn't make a video yesterday. I've just been kind of busy. I was like looking like really hard for fragrances this week, or yesterday and today actually, and I couldn't find shit. Um, I went to like TJ Maxx and I was like looking at some fragrances I was checking out, and like last week, and there's actually still there, and I was like, damn. And then I saw the price. I'm like, shit, I thought this was supposed to be like a discounter. I thought TJ Maxx there was supposed to be cheap. But yeah, I'm like finding it hard to like justify buying a fragrance anywhere except online these days, unless it's like at Burlington, and then they're all like max like $30 or $40, maybe 50 on the high end. But I don't know. I just haven't really had like a lot of luck with Burlington lately. Burlington Bandit. That's what I call myself when I go to Burlington. uh, but yeah, yeah. Don't expect compliments. You know, always put most of your effort into like your outfits. I think if you really want compliments. But yeah, that's just me. I could just not know shit, but whatever. I got a compliment yesterday on my coat, and it's just like this. Like, it's just my black like long coat. Like, thank you. You like my coat? It's just kind of, but like it's not really about the coat, is it? It's just more of like your overall appearance, you know. But anyway, I think that's enough. You get the point. But yeah. Let me know what fragrances you've picked up recently. I've been like fiending for a freaking new fragrance, but I don't know if you saw the reel that I made or the YouTube short that I made, but talking about commenting like a fragrance you want me to buy, and then the comment with the most likes is what I'll buy. I'm just going to leave that up for a while and then see how many likes people's comments will get. But yeah, there's some pretty interesting comments on there, so go check that out if you haven't already. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video, maybe tomorrow. So until then, au revoir.